Hey brothers, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Porn Reboot Coach in the Porsche. Today I'm going to be taking a little bit of a tangent to speak about something a little bit different, what related to your out of control behavior with pornography. And that is why you should have a deep sense of urgency in 2023 when it comes to controlling your behavior. As you already know, your compulsive behavior right now is medicating some sort of strong emotion, unresolved issue, or situation in your life right now. And whatever that issue is, whatever that emotion is, it's already holding you back in some domain of your life. It's holding you back in the physical, mental, spiritual, financial, or emotional aspect of your life. That's a problem. It's an even worse problem because the thing you're medicating it with is addictive in nature. It's already become compulsive. That's why you're watching this video. And that is creating its own a multitude of problems in your life. You guys know what happened in 2020. The world took a change, right? The world just changed. I said took a change. Changed its clothes. The world changed. And a lot of negative things happened. There's a lot of negative energy that was released. There's a lot of control by the powers that be that's being exerted. And it was a very heavy time. I don't want to use certain words, but it was a very heavy time for a lot of people. I want you guys to know that that time is not over. That was just the beginning. And this is just historically speaking, right? I won't get too deep into it because I want to keep my channels. All right? I won't get too deep into it, but one-on-one with some of my intensive clients, some of my elite clients, we do have these deep conversations. Things are not going to get better for the average man. Right? The average man who is out of shape, the average man who is not in a happy relationship and does not have relationship freedom, the average man who is struggling financially, the average man who is still not in control of his sexual behavior, the average man who does not have discipline and mental resilience, the average man who does not know how to bring up happiness in their life, things are not going to get easy for you. The ultimate goal of rebooting is to get you in a state where you are happy for the most part as a man. And the way to happiness for men in today's world is very different from the way it was back in the day. Don't get me wrong. Happiness and the path to happiness, which ironically is actually in the very moment, it was easier back in the day. It was easy hundreds of years ago. It was easy in the day of whatever religion that you have right now, or you may not have, was formulated. Because we did not have the distractions. We did not have the games. We did not have all the misinformation. But now we do. And now it's not just information. Now, literally, your biochemistry has been changed. You release neurochemicals from the moment you wake up in the morning and pick up your phone and get on your computer that are not aligned with happiness, because many of you have not set that as a standard. Many of you are using pornography, you're using TV, you're using social media, you're using all these things that have been placed in front of you to distract you from your ultimate goal, right? From even finding purpose. And this year, things are really going to be kicked up a notch. They're going to be kicked up a notch because it's only going to be much more challenging, both physically, mentally, and spiritually, for you to break away from the changes that are occurring. On a physical level, a lot of you see how people were unable to literally, physically walk down the streets, how they were unable to move in different areas. That stuff also happened online. It's happening to our biochemistry. Literally, it's happening. Like, you're being limited in everything. And I don't mean to speak as if I'm some sort of conspiracy theorist or as if I'm wearing a tinfoil hat. I'll let you come to your own conclusions on this. But we are being limited in many areas. And it's happening gradually as we are so busy being distracted by all these other things in our lives. I have a plan. I have a plan for the brothers who are serious about this. The whole thing about rebooting, brothers, guys show up and they're like, when they finally click, the brothers who actually end their behavior with pornography permanently, what they realize is that, oh, this was never about quitting pornography. This was about literally becoming the type of man who does not need pornography. And that sort of man is a man who has the ability to consistently build up capital in the different areas of his life. He doesn't need unhealthy coping mechanisms. He doesn't need alcohol. He doesn't need social media. He doesn't need constant entertainment. He's able to have a purpose, have a mission, something bigger than himself that keeps him moving day after day, that keeps him satisfied, that makes it okay for him to work hard, that makes it okay for him to wake up early in the morning, that like literally I derive happiness from the work that I do. I derive happiness from it. I think every man should do that. I think every man should, when they go to the gym, when they practice their martial art, they should absolutely be in the moment. When they come out at the other side, sweaty and broken, there is happiness there because you used the body that you were given. You used your mind, you pushed yourself, and something got better in your life, or something got better in another person's life, or you created something in this world, or at the very least, you maximized your ability for that day. Every day, you're creating something from it. And when you have a compulsive behavior, gentlemen, it's not possible. It's not possible to have this experience. Everything becomes pain, and then it becomes suffering. Oh, it's so hard to go to work. It's so hard to get out of bed. It's so hard to work late. It's so hard to save money. It's so hard to make money. It's so hard to be in a relationship. It's so hard to get my dick hard, pun intended. It's so hard to be happy. It's so hard to be healthy. It's so hard to meditate. It's so hard to, all these things become hard. But none of these things were easy. The trick is, once you are generating and you understand how to create happiness from these things, and once you see that connection, this becomes so much easier. It becomes so much easier to do all these things, and even enjoyable. Now, this is one of those videos where you're just like, some guys might be like, JK, what the fuck are you talking about? And I apologize because the things I actually want to open my mouth and say, I cannot say it right here, right? I just can't. It's going to like, yeah, we're already shadow banned. In case you guys are wondering, JK, why is your YouTube channel like not doing so well? I'm going to post this video in other places. It's because we're shadow banned because of the content we talk about already. But gentlemen, woo! You know, we're releasing the Dating Reboot program. This isn't a pitch for it. You know, I'll put up another video talking about it, but even dating has changed. Back in the day, it was so much easier for men to go out and have conversations with women and go on dates. Now it's become a very, very complex world. Now a lot of women are not interested in guys who are their age. They're not interested in the men who are in their 20s. So if you're in your 20s, a lot of young women are like, I know you're going to be broke for a long time. I know you're not going to be an alpha male. I know you're not going to be aggressive. So I'm going to go for an older guy who has resources, who has the things that I want. They already know this instinctively, right? Relationships have changed. The divorce rate is, you know, statistically speaking, people say it's about 50%. But the truth is that it is way more than 50%. Why? Well, because a lot of relationships are already, right now, divorces which are going to happen in a relationship 3 years from now, that relationship is already dead. The woman has already divorced the man. He just doesn't know. She's just waiting for the last kid to leave the house or for some circumstance, and then she's going to file for divorce. I believe it's hovering closer to the 70 to 80% in the United States, right? Financially, things have changed as well, right? Like, obviously, there's a recession, there's inflation. For the first time ever, I don't look at prices when I purchase things. I mean, I've talked about this in the financial reboot aspect of this. I wanted to reach a point in my financial life. For me, one of my measurements for this was when I purchased anything or I bought anything, I didn't care about the price anymore, especially for like household things, you know, like groceries, dinner, everything. And for a couple of years right now, I don't even know the price I pay. The only time I might know the price is if I'm tipping someone. And I was at the grocery store looking, and I was like, Jesus Christ, the price of shit has gone up. I haven't looked at the price of things for like 3 years in the grocery. Actually, I haven't been to the grocery store in a very long time. But I looked at it and I was just like, shit, like things done changed, right? Like this was a coffee I went to buy and it was packets, you know, like the packets you can use like one time. It was the cost of a meal and for two with 2 drinks at a Vietnamese restaurant down the street. was like, yo, this is the cost of a meal, right? Sometimes I eat one meal a day. Like, this is a meal that a hardworking man could eat to give him the energy to work the whole day and make more money to bring home to his family. But this is for one packet of fucking coffee. A matcha coffee or some shit like that. I don't even know what it was. But guys, financially, things have changed. And some of you are still working an old and broken system, right? You're still working a broken system when you've not even touched any of your latent talents, any of your abilities. You still don't know how to achieve financial freedom, but you want it. You follow people on Instagram and social media who have it. You want that freedom. You want to be able to travel. You want to be able to take care of your loved ones. You want to be able to not struggle financially and not have this anxiety. I talk to men like this all the time in our program. Men who are stuck living with their parents. Men who are already running successful businesses, but they're just like, dude, I have nothing in the bank. Like, I'm still living paycheck to paycheck despite running my business. I don't know when is the point where I'm going to step away from this, because the truth is, as much as I love the business I'm in, I love profit too, but I'm not seeing the profit, right? I know I would make more money if I was going and working by the hour. There's some other guys who work really good jobs, but they're just not compensated enough. And they're like, dude, I'm so busy being a teacher. I'm so busy being working at a factory. I'm so busy doing this that I'm exhausted, bro. I don't even have time. I have these great ideas, but I'm scared to get started on these things. I don't know. Should I start a YouTube channel? Should I do this? Should I do that? Guys, it is going to get so much harder to do these things because many of you guys, by the time we hit 2024 and 2025, it might be too late. You might be living in a world you no longer recognize. And that change is gradually happening. I'm going to stop there before you guys start thinking I'm a little bit crazy. And I'm curious, right? What do you guys think about this? I really want to know from you guys. Like, what are your thoughts? What do you think are the things I'm trying to say that I can't say on the channel? And how do you feel about this? What is the emotion it brings up? Let me know. Let's have a conversation in the comment section, right? I really mean this. I know it sounds like I've said a lot of nothing, but I feel like I've expressed as much as I can. Again, sense of urgency. My point is, end your out of control behavior this year, right? Don't fucking wait. Some of you need therapy, right? You really, really need therapy. Go and work with a therapist. Don't give me the bullshit of, oh man, you know, I tried that once and the therapist laughed at me because I had a porn addiction. Listen, rule of 3. You try it the first time, it doesn't work. Try it again. It's going to work in one of those 3. And even if it doesn't, keep doing it till you find the right person. They're out there. Understand money. Get educated on your finances. Even if you got to get a basic book like Personal Finance for Dummies and study it for 20 minutes every morning, that is better than nothing. Learn how to save. Learn how to pay yourself first. Learn all these things, right? Get your finances together. And if you're already making good money, if you're making 150K, 200K, 300K a year, and you don't have anything in the bank, you got a big problem, brother, right? You got to learn how to invest. You still have to go back to the basics of budgeting. And if you need to hire a coach or hire somebody to help you with the financial part, brother, please go ahead and do it. If you're unhappy in your sex life, gentlemen, you are going to stay unhappy. Fix that part of it. We have the Dating Reboot program. Join it. All right. Learn how to have a fulfilling sexual life if you're single or if you're in a relationship. Right? There are all sorts of relationships, and some of your relationships right now need to change. You do not need to live with whatever relationship was assigned to you. Right? It doesn't matter if society says, oh, you should be happy, you should be this. If you look at your relationship and you've tried what society said, then maybe it is time to be a little bit contrarian and make a change. Fix your body. You need to be healthy. I mean, we have all these fucking variations of the flu and all this shit going around. I don't know. I caught something like 4 days ago, and I've never had anything like this. I don't know what the fuck is going on, right? So we've got to be healthy. We've got to be fit. We've got to be strong. We've got to be able to defend ourselves as men, right? You got to increase your knowledge, guys. You need to know what's happening. You need to have a tribe. You need to be connected to people so that you know what the fuck is going on. So that your network can inform you, bro, this is what's happening financially. This is what's happening historically. You need to surround yourself with people who are so much smarter than you. So many of you are just going through the motions of work, porn, whatever the fuck you're doing over and over. And then you think you're getting the right information from social media and the news, but you're not. You're going to be fucked with the average masses if you don't get your shit together. All right, cool. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my crazy rants sometimes. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the comments. Bye.